Welcome to the Advocare Invitational Tournament at ESPN's Wide World of Sports at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. It's a home state game this afternoon at the HP Fieldhouse as the Miami Hurricanes meet the Florida Gators. It is great to be with you alongside former All-American and NBA All-Star Brad Daugherty. I'm Mike Morgan. This is how we've gotten to this point. Again, Gonzaga already the championship. Gators in white, the Hurricanes in orange. A rematch of these two teams who have faced off against one another in the last two regular seasons. The Hurricanes getting the better of both of those matchups.
I would expect this game to be a very highly contested game. We've had some great games all day long in this past week, but this is for the Florida title. So these two schools are very competitive. This will be fun to watch. Miami perennially is a good program that gets into the NCAA.
Well, there was a starting lineup change where Miami Hurricanes head coach Jim Larinaga tell me he's going with Bruce.
He altered that shot and put a lot of fear into the opponent as he went up to shoot.
We know how big Gonzaga is. Egbunu had 4 blocks.
Yeah, he's had back-to-back 4-block nights.
That's right.
Absolutely dominating on that.
Rebound off the missed 3 by Miami. Skip pass into the corner to Leon. Leon's had a good tournament thus far, but he got stripped that time. Newton leading the break.
Nice feed to Newton. Good unselfish basketball. Beat people soundly. And you've got to participate against quality opponents. No more of this fluff schedule stuff, winning 10 games out of conference before the season starts. You play in tournaments like this where you have quality opponents night in and night out, teams that have been NCAA participants in the past. It's nothing but a bonus for your program. So if you can get a couple of wins against those teams, boy, it really helps you come April.
Canyon Barry checks into the game for the first time. He's the Gators' leading scorer in their 6th man as they go inside to Hayes.
To handle the press, to handle the pressure, and to expose the backside. See what happens in a full-court press is the backside's always very weak, but they don't think they can get there. If Miami can make some penetration into this, we've seen a couple of good jump shots, but got to establish a little bit of interior play to free up those jump shots.
3 on the shot clock. Lawrence throws up a runner and somehow gets it to drop.
Anthony Lawrence, who he told me is sort of his jack of all trades, that he can put in a number of different positions to make sure that he can be productive.
Anthony Lawrence has some pretty good pedigree. Ran into his father before the games. His father and his uncle both played at the University of Miami. His father is a high school coach now.
Okay, they're all D1 basketball players, McDonald's All-Americans, all this. They all are capable. Why doesn't somebody just step up and do it? Well, it's a chemistry thing. It has to be the right balance, right chemistry, and the pieces, like a puzzle, have to fit together.
I could stay behind him. I mean, he was just blowing by guys.
Yeah, this is really athletic to play night in and night out. So it's the fundamentals. They have to establish those and understand the process that Coach Larinaga wants to implement. They're going to be tough. They're always tough every year.
That's a pretty last night.
Boy, there was.
None better than Ohio State, Michigan.
Man, I don't know what to think about that.
Had a last-second three-pointer to win it and just rimmed off. In the ACC Big Ten Challenge, Coach K 8-1. Impressed me again yesterday is Clemson.
Clemson's tough. I'm going to tell you who the most dangerous team in football is right now.
All right, let's see if Hill can convert to Allen. Yes, sir.
Nice
Give it to me, Brad Daugherty.
Egbunu stopping that basketball.
Miami was on an 11-0 run. The Gators now have closed to within 2. Baseline jumper is good. That's a percent of this system.
Sure.
I think Florida will be back on the rise. And certainly this is a team that could be a tournament team.
Oh, no doubt about it. They could be a tournament team. And it's all processes with coaches. And if coaches don't have the opportunity to get their process put in place, they just aren't going to be successful.
Robinson on the stick back.
Barry drives and blows the bunny, but Robinson cleans it up for him. Good to have the teammates back.
Tough pass stolen away by Barry. Off and running on the push to Allen into the corner. Robinson.
Good transition defense.
Allen on a deep 3. Yes. 6 points now for Kayvon Allen. Newton in traffic. Oh, that ball looked like it might have been in the cylinder. I thought
you need to be careful as it's so much up and down because there's so many tremendous athletes on the floor. The team that decides to settle down and run sets, run offense, it's going to be a team that has most success. You're going to get a better shot than just firing it up.
Running hook shot, no good, but there with the follow. You guys really added to Miami as well. The recruiting at an all-time high for the Hurricanes. Nice shot.
The shell of the defense breaks down just a little bit. because of the movement. And box out. You're already inside.
Andy Katz.
So you see Azundu in the lineup right now. Now going smaller with Brown over Azundu. But part of the reason
He wins in this event for Gonzaga against Florida and Iowa State, two teams that seem to be
and participate in this tournament. This is phenomenal. You come out of here
in the 5th place game, and Seton Hall already had that road win at Iowa. They're going to be in a
at the offense. Usually they'll settle for a tough jump shot. Look for the pick high, drive in there. Good mid-range play. Good mid-range play, but it's just difficult. I know that's the way they play, but it's difficult.
Live and die by the jumpers, right?
It catches up with you. It really does. 7
for Reed. Stone trying to respond, and finally the freshman. Maybe that'll do some good for his confidence.
Fire it down to first base and get you out. Move those feet very well. Get very low and athletic.
We're not far from where the Atlanta Braves play their spring training baseball games, right next door here at the HP Fieldhouse. It's 5-2 in the opening minutes of the game. Newton.
Another jump shot.
You're right, they're settling.
They settle for that jump shot, and they make a lot. I give them their due, but boy, that can really get you in trouble. You play a team that can take a little bit of the air out of it, pound it in, and get some looks like this.
Nice take to the rack by Casey Hill.
You can see it coming through. Tar Heels see what they're made of, because Indiana's really good.
And Brad and I were talking about prior to this game about how Roy Williams should be championing the new NBA draft rule, because without it, Justin Jackson.
Which is something that Coach Williams has always coveted. He's always been the type of...
There's hope they gel quickly. That's what Coach Cal does a lot. You've seen for the Gators. Hill whips it into the corner to Robinson.
Keep that ball moving.
Open three for Stone. That's a couple of trays now for the freshman.
Keep the ball moving. Yeah, I like Casey Hill's attitude and his commitment to be the best man. He's been criticized some, which is fair and unfair. I mean, the young man obviously has to handle the basketball a lot and make a lot of great decisions. Wow, where'd that come from?
That's what you've been begging for, right there.
Go to the basket. Good job. But he's matured, Casey Hill, and he's made some great plays tonight. He's going to do a great job this year for him. Got a good feeling.
Robinson, tough shot. Got it.
That was a tough shot. They can dig in a little bit, be more aggressive. Ooh, that's a tough pass. Swing the basketball. Got to get that basketball back to the weak side somehow. Good pass.
They've been listening to you, Brad Doherty.
I like that.
Coming up on 1 minute remaining in the first half. Gators up by 2. Allen on a runner. Yes, sir. Friendly bounce.
Almost really has to focus on executing their offense. That's the one thing I noticed. They run this high screen and roll every time they come across half court. But it lends itself to these guys just taking really tough jump shots, and you can't. They make that one. But it starts to...
I like the way they played the first 6 or 7 minutes when they went small. When they went bigger, they didn't move the ball as well. They also said they can't allow Casey Hill to dribble penetrate the way we saw, and they were really surprised that Keystone scored 9 points. They weren't expecting that at all.
I think the biggest thing about it is, and the game has changed a lot. We all know that, but you still got to get yourself defensively in a position where you can go straight up and protect. Just protect the front of that rim to the best of your ability. I think. Good pass down there to Brown. I like that. Good job.
Woo! Oh my goodness! Off his pogo stick.
Where'd he come from? They dropped him out of the rafters. My goodness.
He doesn't just block shots. Egbuno takes his anger out on the basketball.
Wow, what a block. See, that's when you communicate with your teammate. Murphy, right there, can step down.
Gators have really come out sleepwalking here in this second half.
Yeah, just their energy's way off. They're just not able to get the intensity ratcheted up to where Coach White wants it. And I say 4 games in 5 days is tough.
Chioza lost it. Canes 3-on-2. All the way to the rack is Newton.
Coach White's addressed that, and he mentioned it at halftime. He needs to see a little bit more assertion and aggressiveness. And he's talking about executing. He wants to see energy and execution.
Andy Katz has not hit a wall. Andy, what do you have?
Well, I'll tell you, the selection committee won't care about that. They're not going to say, oh, you know, too bad, that was their third game in 4 days. They're going to look at this as a result, win or lose against Miami. And let's face it, Florida will not have as many opportunities as Miami will in the ACC.
A couple of days span, those are huge for the entire league.
Yeah, so Frank Martin's basketball team never surprised me. Well-coached, aggressive, physical teams, get after you.
In the second half, Florida is looking for its first point, and there it is at the free throw line by Keith Stone.
Wow.
They had a gut-wrenching game against Gonzaga, has won this event here in Orlando. Shot clock down to 5. A runner in the face of Stone, and a beautiful shot by Bruce Brown.
It's going to be interesting, that ACC night in, night out. Hopefully they don't beat up on each other too bad and have a little bit left for the team. There's a little bit of separation there. They've done a good job this week. I'm usually pretty hard on them. They've done a great job.
That's old and bitter. Under 13 minutes to play. Lawrence had his pocket picked by Hill. Stone gives it back to him, and Hill knows how to finish.
Good job.
Chioza weaving.
Oh, throw it in there. There you go.
He wants it.
Perfect.
Goes to work. Yep. There's that hook shot, and he left it short. Rebound of Stone.
Keeping around that front of that goal. Well, done a good job for the freshman. Got a bright future at Florida.
Looks like the Gators going to go with a little zone here.
Trying to force some jump shots, force them back to taking jump shots. Exactly. They got what they wanted, but they didn't box out.
Bruce.
15 feet there. Okay, where we going? We're going to get inside here. We've got a lot of passing, the ball on the perimeter. Okay, Robinson drives into the lane. Perfect.
At the buzzer.
Perfect. Stop that dribble. There you go. Stop the dribble.
Shot clock down to 6. A little bit of a force.
Good job, nowhere to go. Defense stepped in and helped. Got by Stone, and the defender stepped up and helped his teammate.
Hill, full throttle. Gets it to go in traffic.
Hill. He pulls out and takes that jump shot. It bails you out.
3 ball off the mark, and there's Allen on a weak side rebound.
Need more from Allen. He's a little quiet right now. Good pass. Nice job. Good find by Allen. On cue. They're not quite as disciplined, not as fundamentally sound, but Stone has got a good, solid game. There's Brown around the basket. I mean, he can just, it doesn't matter what position they're on the floor.
Leon probes the left side, takes it all the way.
Nice drive. No,
the gridiron, you can throw away the record books.
I agree with this.
Yes.
This is true. But actually going back to college football, I was thinking about it. Nick Saban, nice play by Florida. Nick Saban's bad for the economy in the Southeast. He gets people fired, man.
Inside, a bucket by the freshman Huell.
Because the ball doesn't go down, the defenses are really good in college basketball today, so you got to be smart. You got to execute. I talk about it all the time, but it's important. You got to set good screens, throw good passes, take care of the ball, and up your quality opportunity.
Newton threw a great pass there. Was not finished, though. Stone has been the go-to guy for the Gators. How about the freshman with 15?
Good job by Stone. Didn't give up his spot. Continued to work.
A little bit of a harder fall when a 7-footer hits the deck.
Oh, yeah, it's like lumber falling. Good pass. Finish it, big fella. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Keep throwing it to him. You got to commit yourself to stop this. Chioza comes off. Look at that. Big post up. House it, big fella. Absolutely. That's really good, solid basketball. They're taking advantage of their strengths. And when you do that, everything else falls into place. Game in 4 days just to see how they react for potentially getting to the next level. So NBA scouts in the house from the Pacers, the Cavs, and a lot of interest in these young men.
Reed on a stop and pop. That's a big bucket for Miami. Gators up by 6, Miami basketball.
If Miami can get that jump shot. Reed stepping back into that gap. Good job. Quick pass. Good defense by Stone. Yes, sir. Tell you what, this freshman is blossoming before our eyes, huh?
And a friendly bounce for Jaquan Newton.
There's an entry pass there. Got to find an entry situation. You're not going to just run past these guys on the perimeter.
Hill.
Good job.
Draws a reach-in foul with 2 on the shot clock. It comes down to the final 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Gators and Hurricanes in a 4-point game.
He's done a great job.
Andy Katz.
You know, I was looking over my notes from talking to Mike White before we came in. You look at his stats today here in the third-place game. 12 points, 2 assists.
Bad shot, and he's done a great job today. Casey's played really good basketball games, been very solid, showed great leadership, and has done a good job. So he needs to be excited getting ready to go into tournament play here in a few weeks, because I think his leadership skills have developed and he's matured and turned into the player Coach White wants him to be.
At some point in the game of college basketball, you got to have some quality point guard
Yes,
play,
sir!
and there
Nice
it
play.
comes.
They're right on cue. Good job, Casey Hill. Let it be known you got to guard him. You got to pay attention to him. He's not just a shot blocker. Talking about Egbunu. And Casey Hill makes him a better player by distributing the ball to him.
Shot was altered.
Damn,
and Egbunu with another block.
Yes.
Newton silky smooth on the jumper.
You can roll up high. Nowhere to go. Still got 9 seconds on the clock. Let's get a good shot.
Hill.
He's dribbled a little too much. He's put him in a bad position.
Egbunu's got a fire.
Wow!
Shot
Good
clock
job by
winding
Egbuno.
down.
Outstanding job. Yeah, this is going to be a formidable team in the SEC. No doubt about it.
This would certainly be a quality win against a team that made it to the Sweet 16 a year ago in Miami. Second opportunity. Brown to Newton.
Good defense by Florida, giving nothing.
Newton on a three. A rebound, Hayes. And a foul on Miami.
He's had in the basketball game. Casey Hill has made some great decisions.
15 points, 8 rebounds. A block, a steal, great defense. He hit the deck, which I know made Brad Doherty very happy.
Can't ask for more from a freshman. Played a well of a basketball game. Been very, very critical to their success today.
Desperation three. Got it. That keeps Miami alive. They'll tie up in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. You can also catch us in the 2005 Sweet 16 matchup.
Duke's been thumping them pretty regularly. Face Duke, hopefully because it is Duke, they'll step their game up a notch and play very well.
I heard Andy Katz allude to the fact Duke will still be shorthanded on that one.
Yeah.
9-point game. Miami electing not to foul. The Hurricanes are going to let the clock go out. It appears the Gators will finish here in Orlando 2-1. A quality win against a good Miami team. A great field, 3 teams that made it to the Sweet 16, and I have a feeling a couple of these teams that we've seen in Orlando this week will be back in the Sweet 16 and maybe beyond.
I agree with you 100%.
Gonzaga takes the championship for the 3rd time. The Florida Gators will finish in 3rd place with a 65-56 win over the Miami Hurricanes. Florida now 6-1 on the season. Brad Doherty, some final thoughts.
Well, just been fun. Been great games all weekend long, and it's been fun to watch these guys come out. You see some young people like Keystone develop into the players that they're going to become when the season comes around. Both of these teams can take something from this in the win and in the loss. So it's been great. Been fun working with you. Did an outstanding job, partner.
Man, I can't thank you enough.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun working with you.
Made my job easy, man. Made me look good. That's hard to do.
Doherty and Andy Katz, this is Mike Morgan saying so long from Orlando. Brendan Fitzgerald and Dino Gaudio are going to take it from here in studio.